In today's summer session, we're going to be taking a whole heap of different images and decals and turning them into stickers. Let's make this. So I'm going to show you a few different ways to create stickers using our Cricut and Design Space. And I'm just using images that we have used over the summer session. So you can see that they're all still Happy New Year. I think we're probably now going to say that it's no longer New Year, but it doesn't matter. We can still go with it. So the first one is a really simple one that we're going to use, the New Year loading image. And all it is placing one image on top of a shape. So I've gone over to the Shapes panel. I've selected the rectangle that's got the curved corners. I find that ones with curved corners just seem to be a little bit more sticker friendly, I guess, rather than the straight edge corners, mainly because they're less likely to pull up like the straight corner. Like the straight corner, you might actually do some damage to it, whereas the round corner is easier to lift. So a lot of the time I do try and use ones with a curved corner. And all I'm going to do is change the color of the New Year loading, change the color of the background, align them, and then the big thing that you need to remember is to go, once you've done all of the decorating that you wanted to do, you just highlight both the New Year loading and the rectangle at the back, and you go over to the layers panel down the bottom and you click flatten. What that does is tell the Cricut that you want to do a print and then a cut, and you'll see that the flatten in the layers panel actually changes from, it could be a basic card, it could be a pen or whatever, and it changes it and turns it into a print then cut. So that's one thing that you have to remember when you're doing your stickers, otherwise they're just going to try and cut them out. The other reason is that even if you turn both of those into print then cuts, that will be the Cricut will print just the rectangle and cut the rectangle, and then it will print the New Year loading and the symbol underneath, and it will cut around every single letter, and you'll end up with a whole heap of different little letters. So it's really important that you do the flatten component. The next one we're going to do is use the Happy New Year with our stringed decorations. And we're going to do a little bit of offsetting. So we're going to go to the edit tools. We're going to go to offset, and we're going to change the offset to, I'm going to start maybe at about 2. I want it to go all the way around. So actually I'm going to have to make it a little bit bigger. I'll make it a 5. No, I'll make it a 6, a 0.6. And then with the offset chosen, I'm going to go over to the contour, and I want to get rid of all of the contours. So I'm just going to click hide all contours. And so you can see now that we've got a solid background. We've got the Happy New Year on top. And now it's a matter of changing your colors and doing a little bit of decorating in that way. And then I like to usually do a final offset. So I might do a 0.2 or a 0.3, and I make it white. And the reason, it's just like a sticker aesthetic, I guess, that has that white border around it. So I do like to do that around my stickers. And then, like we did before, we select all of the 2 offsets and the decoration. We go to flatten, and then I'm just going to change the background color of my canvas so you can see how it has the black text, the yellow, and then it's got the white border. So that's a really easy, like stickers are so easy and they're so fun. They just stand out really well. So it's a really good fun project for a Cricut. So that was the Happy New Year. So now we're going to create a sticker with the Happy New Year and the firework. So I'm going to put different offsets around each of these components. So I'm going to do a 0.1 offset around the Happy New Year. And again, I'm going to play around with the colors. I want a silver and goldy kind of theme. Then I've got my fireworks, and I'm going to do a 0.1 centimeter offset around it as well. So I've got the dark yellow, a light yellow offset around the fireworks, and I've got the black text and the silvery grey offset. And then what I'm going to do is I want the Happy New Year on top. I'm going to play around with it a little bit because it's a little, you can play around with stickers forever because you go, oh, will that look better? Will that look better? So anyway, I've just played around with it, and then I'm going to do a offset around the whole thing, and that's going to have to be bigger because I want the offset to turn this into one whole sticker. So then if I just apply that, so you can see how now I've got a whole heap of different holes. So I've got to go over to the contour, get rid of all the contours. Then I'm going to change the color again, the color of the offset to, yeah, I'm just going to have to play around with that because I've got the fireworks and the offset of the fireworks and the offset of the whole sticker are going to be the same color. But I've got to play around with that. Anyway, play around with the colors, and then do one more offset where you've got the white, like we did with the last one with the Happy New Year. You're going to do a thin white border around it, and then you're going to flatten the whole thing. Again, you're using different elements, putting them together, and using offsets in different ways. So your offset tool, that's why I did a whole tutorial on offsets a few weeks ago, is because it's so helpful when you're doing so many different projects. So it was really helpful when we were doing our layering. It was really helpful when we're doing stickers. So be sure to get your head right around offsets because they're really helpful. And then you can see here my Happy New Year sticker with the white edge, the different offset colors, and it just makes it, like, it gives a little bit of interest. All right, so the final one is using our juniper sticker or our juniper image. And I'm just going to put her inside a circle. So this is like so easy, so simple. But we're going to get a circle. We're going to turn it into a guide. And we're going to make sure that the guide fits most of her image in it. I'm going to select both the guide and the image of juniper. I'm going to go to slice. And then I've got a circle. Then all I need to do is then add, just like I did with the last ones, add an offset around the edge to just give it that little bit of extra stickerness. So you're just going to go up to edit. I'm going to see, if you click on the sticker option, you need to be a paid member of Canva, of Design Space. So the sticker option probably would be really good and really helpful, but you can do the same thing with offsets and not have to pay. So do that. Just do an offset. You choose your color, and again, you just need to make sure that you flatten it, because if you don't flatten it, it will cut two different things, or it will print one and cut the other, and it's just a mess. But yeah, how cute is that? I love that little sticker. It's great. So they're my different ways of creating stickers. So with that juniper one, that could have been a pattern. So a couple of weeks ago when we were doing our creating shapes for templates, we did a star. We could have turned that into a sticker in the same way that we have done that one with Juniper New Year. Now that we've gone through the basics on how to make stickers, if you went back through some of my tutorials, there are some really cute and fun stickers that I have created over the past couple of years. I would check out the Rockstar stickers to start with. They were heaps of fun. They're AI generated and they are very cool. And the other one were the Halloween stickers, and that shows you how to do a kiss cut sticker rather than a full die cut sticker. So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial on making stickers, and I can't wait to see you next week when we get back to our regular Cricut tutorials. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget, you can always jump on my Instagram, head over to my Etsy store, or even check out the videos YouTube recommends for you down below.